Hi friends, Battlefield 2042 is finally here, and the new mode Hazard Zone is live. I'm going to talk you through how the new mode works, and share my thoughts on it. Let's start with looking at what Hazard Zone actually is, because put simply, it's a new game mode that people say is a little like Tarkov, and that's somewhat true. You are on a map with objectives, and you've got AI as well as other players, but that's kind of where the similarities with Tarkov end. The objective is to retrieve intel drives that reward you with credits you can use to upgrade equipment or weapons and then successfully exfil from the map. It's a fun and tricky game mode that brings something new to Battlefield. However, it doesn't feel like there's quite as much at stake as there is in a game like Tarkov. It also doesn't feel like there's a big enough grind to encourage you to play for a long time, but definitely worth a go, and I would certainly recommend it if you've got Battlefield 2042, although I don't think it's worth buying the whole game just to play Hazard Zone. Here is a bit more about how to play it. You start with a squad of 4 players. This can be pre-made with your friends or with randoms that the game auto matches you with. You can choose your loadout and specialists. This will allow you to spend your credits on certain weapons, attachments and tactical upgrades. These tactical upgrades can include things like squad reinforcements to respawn your teammates. Here you can also see a full list of all the additional extras that are available as part of the tactical upgrades. You can see some are free and some will cost you Dark Markets credits. Dark Market credits are what you are rewarded with when you successfully exfil with intel. When you load into a game, there'll be 8 teams, which means there's 32 players in total, and this is specific for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. If you're on the older consoles, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, then your games will only have 6 teams in, so 24 players in total. On top of this though, you will get random spawns of occupying forces around the map. These forces will typically be protecting the intel drives and also the exfil locations. Each team loads in at different points on the map. You'll get a data drive scanner, which is basically just a telescope which shows the drives up on the map. Use this to search for the drives, but also to see other players carrying the data drives. You do get a message on your heads-up display if someone scans you with the data drive using their drive scanner. Each player can hold a maximum of 3 data drives. You'll need to stock up on ammo, and you can pick this up as you go through the game. Oh, and don't forget you can revive your teammates if they go down. It's actually kind of like Apex Legends, where if you get to 0 HP and you go down, you can crawl around until you get revived. However, like Apex, if you get thirsted then you're dead and you have to spectate your team. The good news, as I mentioned earlier, is that you can get respawned if your team find or indeed have a tactical upgrade for the reinforcement uplink. Once you've got your data drives, you can exfil if you want. There tends to be a bunch of AI around the helicopters, so you do need to watch out for them, but once it's clear you can run up to the helicopter and just jump in. There will be 2 windows for extractions. You'll see it on the map. For example, you'll see E1 on the map after 10 minutes, and that's going to be your first exfil window. If you head to it, like I said, and jump into the helicopter, it's going to take about 30 seconds for it to take off. There's an extraction bonus, so it's definitely worth extracting. A top tip here is that only one member of your team needs to extract successfully in order for the entire team to keep their drives. After the game, the data drives can be sold in exchange for the Dark Market credits, which will then help you, as I mentioned earlier, buy better gear for your next loadout for the next game. And that's kind of the cycle of Hazard Zone. The idea is you keep doing this to build up credits and improve your loot. It isn't pay to win in case you're wondering, so you can't buy the Dark Market credits with money, you can only earn them in game. The setup of Hazard Zone means there are a few different strategies you can take. You can move around and hunt the data drives to try and get the most credits, or you can just camp the data drives, wait for players to come by and then you can kill them, because you do get points for player kills. Likewise, you can camp the exfil helicopters and again pick off players, or if you've got drives yourself then obviously just hop in the exfil helicopter and escape with your drives, which you can then sell for black market credit. I hope this helps you understand how to play Hazard Zone. It's a really great game mode that brings something fresh to Battlefield, so give it a go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.